Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your hands-on experiences.
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. You can't just kind of hand wave and say, oh yes, it's clearly from another plane of reality, without that implying a lot about a very powerful wizard doing it, or a university of powerful wizards doing it, or a god doing it.
It lets us know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that. We need to talk.
I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things I did, but I did them. Okay?
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
To Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual asexuals. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and or asexual spectrum, playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. The twist is that everyone's past, present and future is based on a card drawn from the Deck of Many Things, a fact that I will keep telling people about even if it's not revealed in the plot. My name's Ellie, I use she, her and they, them pronouns, and I will be your DM today, your demisexual...
Matriculation?
Oh.
What the heck is that word?
Yeah.
It's from
That's
when you go
good,
from high
yes.
school to university.
It's starting a degree.
Yeah.
That seems like a thing that doesn't need a word.
Yeah.
It sounds
have
like
a
a
word
dirty
for
word, I'm going to be
graduation.
totally honest with you.
When I was graduating senior school, I would keep talking about my graduation, and my dad every single time would be like, it's actually matriculation. And I'd be like, actually,
God.
shut up.
But also that's...
Your dad is one of those!
yeah. Bad words.
It's me. My name is Am. I play Tosia Atherdale.
I'm the problem, it's Am.
Oh, did you finish yours? No.
Yeah, no, I said, you said, it's me, Am, and I went, I'm the problem, it's Am. Like,
What is this, my therapy
The TikTok
session?
audio. Like the TikTok audio.
I play Tosia...
Hello, fellow you.
I play Tosia Atherdale, the party battle master fighter. We both use she, her pronoun. I had a good time getting into Tosia's headspace today because I woke up violently hungover, made roast potatoes, and then made banana bread with chocolate chip in it. And I'm wearing my entire wardrobe today is my boyfriend's clothes. So I'm really cozy in sweatpants that are far too
Toz
big for me.
can't cook.
Yeah, I know, but she's
so
a
out of
cozy
character.
girl who likes her carbs.
She is a cozy girl.
Do you know, I found out that you need, for your brain to be working at optimum levels, you need to be eating the carbohydrate equivalent of 8 slices of bread a day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's mad, right?
With 2,000 calories,
Go
yeah.
eat your carbs.
Have I eaten 8 slices? I might.
It's 1,400 calories for like the most... If you lay in bed the entire day, it's 1,400 calories.
Eat your carbs.
Regardless of what you're doing.
Carbohydrates
your body
are
takes
good.
a remarkable amount of energy. And that's like if an average like office worker is 2,000 calories. If you're doing more than that, it's a lot more.
I also, like, just generally, where did my brain go? Like, non-vegetarians who base their entire, like, meal structure around what meat they're going to eat baffle me, because I have always made the fundamental foundation of my meal carbohydrate. It's like...
Yeah, that's what it should
my
be.
decision-making is... what carb am I having with this meal? Pasta, rice, other form of rice, potatoes, bread, and then you go from there.
That's funny, actually, because I have to, like, my main question is what vegetable or vegetables are going to be in this meal, because I don't need any encouragement to add carbohydrates or meat. I need to make an active effort to include vegetables.
Speaking
That's fair.
of vegetables and eating vegetables and being a vegetarian, Chloe.
I wondered where you were going with that.
Segue for Delphi, but not for Raina.
I know. I was like, Raina's not. Oh, you mean me? Okay. Hello, my name is Chloe. I play Raina Riftwood. Both of us use she/her pronouns. And if you didn't already know, I am a vegetarian.
Just like me.
Yeah.
We didn't do.
Well,
fun
we
facts.
can't start now,
Wait,
Ellie.
No, I'm going to. No,
I'm Eiriol, and I'm playing...
No.
Oh, let's do a Valentine's
Just to
meal.
spite you.
Let's do a
Favorite
Valentine's.
PC
Let's do a
what?
Valentine's Day fact because it's Valentine's Day on Tuesday.
We are an Ace and Aero podcast, just to say.
That doesn't mean you can't celebrate love in all its wonderful forms. It doesn't have to be romantic.
Also, some of us are Welsh, and so we hate
It's
Valentine's.
Saint. What's her name?
Isn't
Yeah, I remember that.
Doinwan.
Yeah, that's the one.
Doinwan.
I'm fairly certain
I call
that
it-
Saint Valentine is also
Yeah?
the patron saint of beekeepers and plague,
Ooh,
and a
I
bunch
love
of other
these.
stuff.
Ooh.
I don't think that was a Raina theme fun fact, but it is a
Everyone
fun fact.
named their favourite type of bee.
Oh, I thought you were going to say favourite plague.
I like bumblebees.
I also like
because
bumblebees.
They're solitary and they don't sting you, and they're also fat and cute.
Yeah, I like
This
bumblebees
is so
because they're fat and
off-topic.
cute like me.
Hey.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Everyone's just going to say bumblebees. Ellie.
Cool. Okay, the fun fact is everyone loves bumblebees. Eiriol, please go introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Eiriol, and I use she/they pronouns, and I'm playing Delphi, who uses she/her pronouns.
Oh my god, you got it right.
And I always get it
You
right.
normally say Delphi uses she/they pronouns, and then you get
No, I
confused.
don't.
No, I-
never
No,
say
she
that.
Eiriol just then refers to Delphi using
Oh.
they them pronouns for the rest of the podcast. She always
Also, yeah, no,
genders her right at the beginning.
This is the thing. I'm not like it's. This is not. It is specifically the thing of Delphi does not have any preference of doesn't mind people using they them pronouns. It's just that is the pronouns that they would use to refer to themselves as she her, right? Like in the way that a lot of people have that relationship with pronouns.
Don't need to stare at me.
it's
through.
almost
Everyone
like it's
nods
correct
silently.
grammar.
No, yeah, it's just like that's the standard. It's either you specifically don't use they them, or you specifically do use them, and at that point you should be using them in places where you wouldn't typically use them.
What?
Anyway,
Anyway,
This
Casey,
is
go.
Eiriol's soapbox.
My
is-
philosophy
yeah.
of pronouns are more about, like, there's some kind of Tumblr or Twitter post about how you have your day-to-day pronouns and then your special fancy pronouns you only bring out among queer people.
your special secret pronouns for emergencies.
Yeah.
My special
Anyway,
secret
I'm
pronouns.
Katie. I use she, her, or they, them pronouns. I'm playing Morgan, who uses she, her, and Morgan is
Morgan the she-her wizard.
a she, her wizard.
Oh God.
I'm not going to describe Morgan any further because any attempt to describe Morgan always gets me mocked. My fun fact about Morgan. What's my
I
fun
love
fact
your
about
committing
Morgan?
to it. Thank you.
When she was a teenager, she realised her eyes were starting to get a bit worse because of squinting at too many books in dark rooms. So she went and got the equivalent in universe of LASIK eye surgery because she wanted to have a good view when she was flying around.
Just
Oh
greater
my gosh.
restoration.
Yeah.
Oh, and it
Sorry for the
is.
swear.
Are we? Oh my gosh! I think we've spent like the hour and a half doing businessy things before this podcast. So I think we're not on topic, but we're not off topic either. So let's just dive in. What happened last time?
I
Do
have
people
written,
remember?
I have written very concise notes, and all it says
Yeah.
is Flot sent home on ship, Raina gets drunk, Toz finds
Yeah.
an enchanter for her maul, Morgan
Oh, yeah, I
buys
got
magic
scammed.
items, And Delphi forages crystal. What have I written there? Delphi forages, crystal points towards eternal shards.
Yeah.
She knows words etched on them. That's it. That's my notes.
Yeah. I will say, if anyone wants to go back to that shop Anne went to, we're going to have to stop recording and I'm going to have to go back and listen to my voice notes because I have no idea what that shopkeeper's voice was, but I remember it was something.
Someone else could just be on shift.
No.
The shop.
No,
Okay.
The shop's gone. The shop
I
doesn't
want
exist anymore. You managed to find the
continuity.
magical
We
shop.
like recurring characters in our TTRPGs.
You add far too many of them, and I can't remember any of their names. That's
Every
So,
shopkeeper has a
what-
different voice, Ellie. How can we keep up if you can't?
What are we doing now?
That is a good question.
I hope we're sailing off for a new adventure, or metaphorically sailing off. Maybe it's an adventure in town. I don't know. Give me something to fight.
I'm going to just jump back to Eiriol quickly because I think you said that Delphi was just going to head... What was Delphi going to do after seeing the crystal?
She was going to go back to what's the Atus Orbus, and I think she wants to try and push them to go there. But also, if something else comes up, she might just she's going to be like, I'm going to go along the way, even if not unless there's nothing. She wants to go there. I don't know what direction this sounds so.
Okay, cool. Because so my initial plan was that in the morning you get a missive from Bastet saying that she'd like to basically call you in for a meeting, but you've got I don't know if you've got enough time to kill on the way. Hang on, let me have a look at the map real quick.
I think we should get on with Bastet's quest.
Okay,
Well, I have some shopping to do first.
Oh, okay.
We've done shopping!
I haven't.
Raina got drunk and had trauma. The rest of you might have had
sorry.
shopping, but Raina had trauma. Bastet says that she'd like to meet you all, but it's going to be in a couple of hours. So if you've got anything that you'd like to do briefly before that, then we'll do that, and then we'll get to Bastet. So Raina, you want to do some shopping? Anyone else?
Sure, I'll go shopping with Raina if they all.
I mean, I'll tag along, but Morgan's just going to be there for the making commentary.
I feel like this is more of a Raina's not got the energy to argue, and so just lets them come along.
Oh,
It's just like,
okay.
fine. Okay.
Okay. All right, Raina, where are you heading?
Well, there are two things that I would like to buy if possible. I don't know if I've got enough money to buy both, but that's fine. I would like to buy some thieves' tools, of course.
Cool.
I would also like to buy a short sword because I have a dagger.
Am sounded like a ghost then. Just a far off. Ooh.
Oh, I do have my old leather armor still that I don't need that I could sell, I guess.
We have 500 gold.
I have 615 gold, which actually is more than I thought. And when I said that I didn't have enough money, and then I looked at how much money I had and went, oh, so yes, that's what
I have no gold.
I think that's because you paid all of that.
I spent it all.
You bought some stuff though, didn't you? as
Oh
well?
yeah, but yeah, we don't have to roleplay it out necessarily. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Those two
Okay.
things.
I think in the interest of expediency, we did have a bit of a shopping session last time, so
Yeah.
I'm happy to not have to think of another shopkeeper voice in the immediate future. So thieves' tools are 25 gold,
Cool.
so you can absolutely get those.
Easy.
And
Can I pick up a poisonous kit? It's only 50 GP.
Yes, you can. A
Of
poisonous
course.
kit. Cool. Yeah, you've already got a forgery kit, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What does the shopkeeper think you guys are
You don't have to
planning?
use a poisonous
I do have
kit?
poisonous kit proficiency. Thank you for asking.
Okay, that's fine then. That's fine, because otherwise you could very easily
poison yourself.
mess that up. Or just not poison the thing you're intending.
Accidentally
which
heal
I feel
them.
like is also
Yeah,
really bad.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is very, very true.
I severely overestimated the cost of weapons, it appears.
Yeah, short sword is 10 GP. Nice and easy.
Oh, sure. Then I have
You
that.
can get you can probably get a
I was
+1.
gonna say, I was just thinking that. Can I find somewhere where I could get a magic one? If I've
magic
got the
one?
money for it?
I'm just having a look at.
Maybe I bump into Toz, perhaps.
It's an uncommon item.
I'm gonna have a look because magic items are deceptively expensive.
Yes, I know.
There's probably going to be quite a jump, but let me have a look because I do have
So it doesn't
a
have.
fantastic magic item prices thing.
Oh, good. I was going to say because they don't list it on like when you look at the things. It's like on rarity normally.
But
500 GP.
I have just enough.
You have enough.
I have enough. What else am I going to spend it on? Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're about to
Probably
get
the
given
most
another job
money.
by Bastet. So, like,
So this I'm seeing.
she's got
there's
a
website
brother
called-
rescuing quest to go on. She's got to have the best.
If it's uncommon, it's uncommon. It's 101 to 500 GP, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, short
so-
sword +1 would be uncommon.
Yeah.
So that's up to you.
There's a handy website called Kassoon that isn't official, but they have suggestions for magic item prices, and they've got a +1 weapon as 300 GP.
Okay.
Bang in the middle of that 100 to 500 range, which I feel like is fair. So
That sounds
I'm
fair.
gonna say 300. Actually,
Nice.
maybe 350 because it's Catkill City and it's expensive.
That
I
tracks.
think you sold me a glove of missile snaring, which I have to imagine is harder
Yes.
to make, for like 150.
Yeah, that was because I did some dice rolling to decide those
Oh, okay.
within that range.
Yeah. According to Kasuna, it should be 3,000, Danny.
What? No. What?
Are you sure that's a
Yeah.
+1?
Oh no.
No, the
That was
missile
missile
snaring. What?
Oh, right.
What's
okay.
the rarity on that?
It's only uncommon.
I'm guessing it's a common.
Well,
If it,
Oh, sorry,
a
not
rare one.
I thought it was uncommon. Well, I've got it now. No take back.
It is uncommon, which is why I set it at like 150 or whatever I said.
It's not actually that useful. It's just
mad.
cool.
Oh.
It might be because it's a wondrous. I don't know.
It's not that useful
why
on a
they've put
wizard
it.
anyway.
I don't know why they've
Moving
put it at
along.
that much.
Kasuna might not be a good list of weapon prices, but
Maybe not.
So it's 300 for her sword.
300 for her sword.
I'd like to roll to haggle with the shopkeeper if he tries to go any higher.
Yeah, no, 350. Sorry, 350.
yeah, I was going to say I thought it was 350.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to attempt to haggle or anything because Raina's not in the mood. So yeah, we'll just pay that.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'd like to roll for persuasion that my friend is having a hard time. I have -1 to persuasion.
Okay.
But
I
she
would
really
like
needs
you
this
to-
sword.
Can you?
if you mess
I was
this
gonna
up,
say,
it's going to cost more.
please, can you roll and then role play it for me? Just because, like,
Haha.
you know, respond to the role play to the role. And also the person you're talking to is
The
like,
roll was a nat 20!
No, my God! Morgan, charismatic arc? Question mark? So the, like, wizened tabaxi that you're talking to, like, this is the oldest little tabaxi man that you've ever seen. Like, squints at you and, like, says, well, that's not really how... And then kind of stops, looks at Raina, who I think is probably just, like...
Sniffling a little.
Yeah. looking into the middle distance, being traumatized, and then looks back at you, Morgan, and goes, "How about 270 for your friend?"
That sounds great, thanks.
Oh well, Morgan, you don't have to.
I've done it now.
And
Take
you
it.
know what? Why don't I give you a freebie as well, just to help out? You know, this.
Oh, you don't have to do that at all. No,
You're
of course
the
not.
same age as my granddaughter, and you're too young to be looking so sad, my dear.
That's very kind of you.
I'm gonna get up a random loot generator.
I was
Give
born
me a second.
so much longer ago than their granddaughter.
Yeah.
That's not going to cheer Raina up at all.
Oh no, that's so sad.
It's slightly cheaper weaponry and a free item going to cheer you up.
Yeah, it's going to say, wait till the freebie.
Raina is literally the least materialistic PC I have ever made. But I appreciate it. Chloe appreciates it.
Could be something completely useless to her now, isn't it?
That would be really funny.
The Wand of Smiles is always a good one.
Oh yeah, actually that's really cute, and it's come up on this.
That is cute.
Yay! I'm a witch!
Yeah, you are! Yeah, let's do that one then. It was either Wand of Smiles or Tankard of Sobriety, and I think Wand of Smiles is cute in this context.
Yeah, the tankard of sobriety is a bit like, you look like you've just gotten drunk. Which, to be fair, Raina probably is still a bit drunk if this is the same day.
Yeah, probably at the very least kind of looking kind of bedraggled and hungover.
Yeah.
A mood. This wand has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of its charges and target a humanoid you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on a DC 10 charisma saving throw or be forced to smile for 1 minute. Okay, so
anyway, moving on.
Plot.
Yes, he hands you the wand. Yeah, with that, you can head on into Bastet's office.
Everyone, it's me, Chloe. I hope that you enjoy listening to our story just as much as we enjoy telling it. If you do, please consider supporting us monetarily so that we can continue to make the awesome content that you enjoy. The best way to do this is by joining our Patreon, where you can get access to rewards such as a shout out on the podcast, DM notes from Ellie, the opportunity to name an NPC, and much more. You'll also get access to our super cool patron-only Discord. You can find that at patreon.com/deckofmanyaces. Of course, if you don't want to give money every month, you can always make a one-time donation to our supporter Acast link, which can be found at supporter.acast.com/deckofmanyaces. Our content is free to access and always will be. But anything that you can give is greatly appreciated, as it helps us to grow and improve the podcast and give our cast a little something for their time and effort. And if you don't want to or can't give us any money right now, hey, you're still super uber mega cool because you're listening to us.
Today's promo is for Merely Roleplayers. Merely Roleplayers is an actual play podcast featuring members and friends of Blackshaw, a London theatre company. The ensemble uses fiction-first role-playing games to improvise stories with maximum drama. Roll trailer!
Life's a game, the world's a stage, and we're merely roleplayers. Now playing in the main house, Vigil.
It's true. My department has abandoned this town and left you to fend for yourselves against your worst nightmares. But I promise I'm not going anywhere, and I'm asking you to join me. Your neighbours never need to wake up and remember their nightmares, because we'll be there, keeping watch.
Vigil, a Merely Roleplayers production. Search for Merely Roleplayers wherever you find podcasts. Maximum drama guaranteed.
Lady,
what did you just call me?
I was trying something out. It didn't work. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's. Right. Anyway. Oh gosh, where was I? Yes. We've had a new request come in for you all.
Ooh, our team's getting requested now.
Oh yes.
Good job, guys.
Yes, quite. It's it's somewhat related to your mission. It could be nothing, but it's definitely worth investigating. The quest is actually from Navrosh. Have any of you been before?
I can't remember out of character.
Girl, where is that?
Is that not?
I know the name.
I can't out of character remember where this is, even though I definitely should know. Where's
Is
the
that
map?
the place that the Tabaxi invaded with the elves?
It is.
Hey!
Yeah.
Is that the one
Raina
that's
doesn't know
quite
this.
near Anterborough and they kind of have beef with?
It also is, yes. Do they have beef?
Nice.
Yes.
I've probably
Yes, they
been
do
there
have beef.
before.
They do
but-
have beef. Well remembered.
Okay, I've been there before, but just occasional visits. Nothing. I don't really know the place that well.
Never heard of it.
Right.
It's across the. It's some distance.
Yes, it's a little far away, Raina. I'm surprised, not surprised that you haven't travelled there. It's just to the east of here, across the water. We've got a long and complicated history with them, but we're very firm allies now. It's an elven city, and not far from Anterborough, Morgan. So again, I'm not surprised that you've been. It's well, there have been some ghost sightings, or what we can only
Ooh, spooky.
assume are ghost sightings in the streets.
Okay.
Ghosts in the street?
Yes, people seem to be being visited upon by random figures appearing and disappearing. So we thought...
Semi-visible figures that look ghostly and not like apparitions of their dead family members.
Well, I didn't ask about whether they were family members or not. Why do you ask?
Recognised. We'll find out when we get there.
I think what Morgan is perhaps hinting at is that we've had random people appear because they've been jumping from one plane to another.
Without
it's
any
very possible.
deadness actually required.
Yes, exactly. So it's very possible that these ghostly figures are in fact inhabitants of another plane, randomly buzzing in and out.
This is a very, very good point, and, well, to be honest, that's a good reason to look at it, if nothing else. I was worried it could be connected to what else we've been investigating so far, but I hadn't made that connection. Yes. This is exactly why you'd be perfect for the case.
Tosia looks a little bit proud of herself.
As I'm sure you're all aware, it's a little far from here. You've got a couple of options to get there.
Yes, I was wondering about that. There's a slightly faster and more risky option.
Precisely, of travelling over the Wormling Peaks, or you could sail around the coast, which is slower but safer. I leave the choice up to you. We'll supply you with whatever resources you need. If you want to discuss it amongst yourselves, I'd be more than willing to let you do that. Do any of you have any other questions for me?
Is there any particular person we should be talking to there, or should we just turn up and have a look around?
Yes, in fact, I've actually managed to partner up with an old school chum of mine. Her name's Lyra Opulensis. She'll be your main contact in Navrosh, and she'll be able to help you get the lay of the land, as it were.
Her name sounds posh. Do I or Morgan recognise it at all?
Both of you can roll history checks if you want.
Yay, rolling dice.
Hey, dice roll.
Okay, 13.
16 plus 4.
Okay, Tosia, you think you might have heard her name mentioned, but you can't, like, it vaguely rings a bell, but you might be confusing it with somebody else. Morgan, you definitely know this person. Lyra Opulensis is a figure of minor nobility who is a very high-up councillor in Navrosh's government system.
Okay.
Your family probably have had, or tried to have dealings with her, but she's a bit more high-ranking than your family.
Okay.
So, travel, group vote. Does anyone have any strong feelings in any particular direction about how we're going to travel? Personally, I am not averse to a little bit of excitement and adventure over their peaks, but obviously if people would much prefer to sail, I understand that.
Out of character, this is going south around the big lake, right, with the monster in it. South around the lake with the monster.
Yeah.
So the Wormling Peaks would take you across the mountain range and, through the little cloudy, angry bit, whereas the boat trip would take you all around the coast of the mountainy bit through to Navrosh.
So in the lake with the big monster, but not near where the monster is.
Exactly, yeah.
I reckon I'm a bit done with boats, to be honest.
Well, you know me, I'm always more comfortable on the water, but I don't mind.
I think, given that the previous extraplanar problems we've had have been very time sensitive, it's probably best to go there as fast as we can.
Good idea.
Nice. Okay,
All right.
over the peaks it is.
Is there like a caravan we can get on, or do we need to go buy some hiking boots?
The herds perhaps travelling in that direction?
I mean, you can ask. They don't tend to take their route through there, mostly for safety reasons. They tend to travel along the established trade routes up through Vecina, but that would take you far too long. We could always ask.
No, it's okay. I was just wondering.
And I'm sure there'd be someone lives in a settlement nearby who knows the mountain paths better. The caravan.
Yes, it'd be good
very
to
good
get
point. Very good point.
some expertise in that area.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic. Well, small question. Just in terms of payment, we've kind of been stocking up a little. Could we perhaps get a half now, half when the job's finished sort of thing?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm happy to organise an advance payment for you.
Great. Thank you.
How much did I pay you last time?
I think we got 500 gold last time.
250 GP last time. I haven't decided how much you were going to get paid this time. Lol. Was it 250 GP each? Yeah, it was. Jeez.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
You're very generous, Ellie.
Generous. It's because I followed the Adventure Zone school of money, which is probably
I mean, the thing is, you also decide how much.
And I decided,
So
inflation.
money, you can always be like,
and I decided,
cost of living crisis.
Well, you know, costs are going up. I also
if we don't
decided-
have to sort it out now, I was only asking just because Toss has no money and
Totally.
would like money to like eat
Bribe
and
people,
sleep and
buy
stuff.
hiking boots.
we have the party
Do we?
funds.
Who has the party
Anymore?
funds? Oh yeah.
Delphi is the bank.
We have 25 gold. Delphi hasn't spent any. This is the reason you give the party funds to someone who doesn't understand
Yeah.
money. They don't spend
This
it.
is true.
This
is true. Bastet would give you what's like a reasonable amount, like 75 gold each, as like an advance.
Nice. That's cool. I'm happy with that.
I was gonna be like, oh, Delphi doesn't need it immediately, and I was like, no,
Please,
I'll make
yes,
Ellie.
please.
Oh, we'll forget that.
Please no. I'm gonna make a note somewhere. On
Yes, you know what, so am I.
this.
I'm just increasing my number by 75.
Yeah, the other thing as well is that so much of the prices of things are massively inflated because there are things that would cost like silver pieces, and I went, absolutely not. I'm not doing conversion rates in this. Absolutely not. 75 GP advance.
If we're leaving, Raina would just turn to Bastet and go, Bastet, do you mind? Could we have a word?
Of course. In private?
Yes, please.
Yeah, of course. Well, has everyone else walked out the door at this point?
Yeah, I would have left.
No, Delphi's just gonna stand there and listen.
So yeah, Bastet kind of like closes the door behind everyone else and sits you down and says, well?
Raina takes a kind of deep breath and goes, well, how much did Captain Sterling tell you about me?
Well, he told me that you were a very competent sailor.
Well, yes, I know that much.
Well, you asked. He told me.
No, I meant I know that he told you that, is what I meant.
You were a good team player, charismatic, good in a tough spot, resourceful, resilient, always willing to lend a hand.
That's all he said?
Aside from just listing your experience of which ships you'd worked on, yes, it was only really in your interview that I saw your potential.
Okay. Well, it's a bit odd of him but I suppose a kindness not to have mentioned when I knew him. It's basically, Bastet, I think I need your help. And I don't think I can ask for your help without giving you the full story.
Right. What's this about?
And I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to give you the full story, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. Well, Captain Sterling, I worked for him, but that were, well, over, 70 years ago. Because I went missing for a while. And I lost my brother. I don't know where he is. But I spoke to him yesterday.
What?
And it's what I'm asking is whether there's any way of tracing, a sending spell.
Well, I don't know if I'm the right person to ask.
But I thought you might know the person to ask.
Yes, quite. Just popping my head above game for a second. Have you guys already told Bastet about Raina and where she's from? Or is that... No?
I hadn't realised we hadn't told her, but...
No.
No.
Tozya's attitude is very much like, it's her business. It would be rude.
Well, did we? We did talk about needing to go to the island because of Raina. I don't think we told Bastet then.
No.
But we might have done.
Okay.
Actually.
Well, you've told her now.
I've told her now.
Yeah, you've told her now. Right. I'm still a little lost. You said you went missing.
Yeah.
But you're still...
well, I'm back now.
I can see that. You're... forgive me, Raina, but you're looking quite good for being 70-odd.
Well, yeah, that's the strange thing. Is that... Well, I don't think any time passed. Or perhaps it did. I don't know. I don't remember.
Where did you go?
I would love to answer that question. Truly, I would. But once again, I don't know. I don't know, and I don't like not knowing. Look, I'm not in... I probably shouldn't have even come in here. I'm not in the mood to go into details, but I need to find him. And I don't want to go off to Navrosh chasing some wild goose chase that might be nothing to do with it without knowing that I've at least put someone else on the job.
Of course, Raina, I understand. You don't think you're... Well... I'll do everything I can. I'm not sure the answer to that question, but I'm sure I can find it somehow. I'll get in touch with some wizards, some academics, see if they might know any better than me.
Thank you. His name is Seth. I don't know if that's helpful.
Yes, right. Raina, will you, there's no delicate way to ask this. Just be sure to keep your wits about you on the journey. I wouldn't want, all this worrying about your brother to, lead to something bad happening to you or to the party.
No, don't worry. That's why I'm telling you. So, something's being done, even if it's not immediate.
Well, that's very responsible of you. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry for not telling you before.
This is the first time you've contacted him since you went missing.
Not that. I meant the other stuff.
Oh. That's...
In my defence, it wasn't entirely relevant. But, you know, probably
It's a
something you
little
should have known.
relevant. Yeah, yes. I think particularly when we're dealing with such unusual happenings. And it turns out you're an unusual happening all of your own.
Well, you could put it like that, I suppose.
Well, in any case, I think it's good that you keep close to the organisation, and we'll do our very best to see. I mean, your brother. You don't know where he is. I mean, have you spoken to anybody who might know?
I asked Captain Sterling when I went to see him, and he said that he'd retired a number of years ago, but when I spoke to him, he just sounded like he used to. Little boy. I don't think he's in a good place, wherever he is. I asked him where he was, he didn't tell me. So, well, I'd like to get him out of there, if I can.
Of course. We'll do our best.
Yeah. Thank you. I better go catch up with the others.
Yes, you better had. It's in good hands, Raina. I'll do my best to fix this.
Thanks. And Raina kind of awkwardly does that thing where it's like, bye now, bye. I'm going. Okay.
Yeah, the
and
little
sort of half
wave
getting up the
thing.
chair and waving and legs like slapping the knees. Right.
Oh.
Time to go.
Yeah.
And all of that. And goes to catch up with the others.
Alrighty.
In the time elapsed, Morgan has used her +12 investigation and keen research skills to figure out the most optimal way for us to travel across the mountains, which the DM will now tell us.
The most optimal way to travel across the mountains?
Like who do we need to? Do we need a guide?
Do we need
if
horses?
So, which guide?
Gotcha.
Do we need to hire horses or buy fancy camping equipment? And then we will do that thing.
Okay. I would say you. I mean, do you want to roll an investigation check, seeing as you've cited your investigation?
I've got +12.
Yeah. Roll.
And
roll
what about
them
it?
bones, baby. We're a
Damn it.
roleplay podcast. You always complain about not using the dice, and then when I ask you to use the dice,
I
you're
want to
like,
get to the mountains and hopefully fight something. Okay. That's a 8 + 12 is.
There we go.
It's 20.
There we go. Thank you. So, from talking to a variety of different sources across town, you deduce that you will either need, like, camping, hiking supplies, or horses. Probably don't need both, but you'll need something to aid you across the terrain. And it is one of those we're going on a bear hunt things where you kind of just got to go through the mountains. There is an old mountain pass that people used to use hundreds of years ago, but there was an avalanche on it about halfway through, and so it takes you kind of through some tunnels.
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky
I
indeed.
think we should spend NGP on whatever camping equipment and then get to it, because I'm not sure a horse will hold all of our party members comfortably.
Yeah, and also, like, then
I wouldn't usually.
we'd have to figure out what to do with them, and, like...
Yeah, I don't think usually you'd bring a horse.
That's
up a
just some
mountain.
Lord of the
Horses can be
Rings
good at
stuff.
mountains, unless they have extremely, like, large mutant mountain goats in this setting that you could hire to ride instead.
Goats! Oh my god.
That is what I was kind of hoping for.
You use
It
the
also-
rules instead.
Well, yes, in real life, but this is
No.
fantasy land.
It also
horses
depends.
are still horses. They still can't.
Yeah, but
go up
magical giant
If a horse
mountain
breaks their
goats
leg, they're
are
still-
magical giant mountain goats.
Okay, well now that you've said them, I now want there to be canonically
We'll buy camping equipment.
horse-sized mountain goats that just exist. Yes. The mountain goats.
The mountain
Mountain
goats.
They are called.
Moats.
I can't call them John Daniels. Can I?
Why not?
Yeah, I think that the
We'll buy camping equipment. I
Yeah.
don't think we feel good about being responsible. I would get so attached to any living creature.
yeah, and then
Gonna
it's
go
gonna
horrible.
yeah.
They're fresh out of mountain goats at the mountain goat supply shop, so we buy some camping
Yeah.
equipment instead.
And we're like, well, it's a sign from the universe.
I thought you were saying they were fresh out of mountain goats.
We buy camping equipment.
Okay,
How much is
it's
it?
4 mountain
And
goats.
there's the
fresh
episode
out of mountain
title.
goats. Ready to.
the mountain goats. 15 GP each.
Cool.
I'm gonna say.
We've got our advance, that's what this is for.
Cool.
Nice. I will mark that off.
And you managed to procure an old. If you would like as well, you managed to procure a slightly old map for about 5 GP as well. If you'd like to get that.
Can you take that
Yeah.
off the
I
party?
can
Yeah.
take that out.
Once we are like out of the city and like crowded spaces, with her new hammer, Tozia is just like throwing it as far as she can and just having it come back to her like she's throwing a little ball back and forth.
Nice.
Hitting random trees with
Because
it.
she's really happy about it.
While we're in the shop, I would just like to buy a grappling hook because I feel like that might be useful.
I'm gonna see if there's any official pricing for that.
It is. It's 2 GP.
2 GP. Well then.
Do you want to all buy grappling hook?
I don't need a grappling hook. Look, I'm gonna tie some rope around my hammer and just throw it.
Hey,
Oh
so
my God,
I have a.
okay.
Morgan is going to use her gloves of missile snaring to snatch the hammer out of the air, and then get bowled over.
Is this all happening? This is all happening like
In the
within
shop?
a shop?
No, I mean when we're going up.
No, I was
No,
I was
no.
messing about. I was being silly.
When we're going up later to the up the
Okay.
mountain.
When we are leaving, Delphi is like, if we're gonna be leaving today, we're gonna have to stay the night somewhere. I think we should stay in Tetmek because it's along the way. If my map,
I don't
Memory
think
is
it's on the
right.
way, Delph.
I think it is. It's northeast of
Yeah, we're
Atus
kind of going
It's
south.
it's a detour. It is a detour.
But we gotta get. We're taking a riskier journey.
No, we're going
To-
north to the mountain pass.
Nuh-uh. You're going south to the mountains that are below the Atus Orbus.
Oh, why are we going into the
Come
wasteland?
on, Delphi. We've
What?
got.
I've massively misunderstood, and I'm remembering the map wrong.
We're going south around the lake,
But there's a-
rather than any other
That's
route.
not a lake. That's an inland sea with like a
Yeah, okay, an inland
A-
sea, whatever. The big water
day's
body.
worth of water to cross after we get round the thing.
We can only have so many plot threads at once, Delphi. We've just introduced some ghosts, so the crystals will have to wait, I'm afraid.
Sure, yeah, wild. That was out of character, completely misunderstanding where we were going. Ignore me. Cut
That is
this from the
totally fine.
podcast for sake of my
That
own
is-
image.
There's a lot of us puzzling over this
Your
map, trying
reputation.
to talk about geography.
Yeah. To be fair, that's very
Yeah, I want to
easy
play
take
Dungeons and
from it.
Dragons.
But yes. Yeah, you're going south.
Also,
Don't worry, I'm aware it's an inland sea.
I stand by my choice. I am aware out of character that this is the place of the thing that has literal dragons in it. This is the part
Yep.
of the map with dragons.
I was gonna say it was so funny that I was like, here's a safer, longer route, and you were all like rabid for combat, like no.
Yeah, why do you think I was pushing hard in character to go? I want to see a dragon.
I told you earlier I am hungered for combat.
I want to use my hammer to smash through someone's head when I
just-
throw it.
I've got level 5 spells now, and I haven't even used any of my level 4 spells.
Ellie, I haven't had a chance to sneak attack yet.
I know.
And you never
Let's
will.
fight a
Let's-
dragon.
Let's go fight some dragons.
We'll be like, we want combat, and Ellie's like, okay,
We
ancient
actively
dragon.
walk into the mountains being like, who wants to fight us?
Okay, so you guys are heading out. It's probably about like a half. It's not that far to the foot of the mountains. It's probably like only half a day's journey. Aside from throwing the hammer around like it's a tennis ball, and then Morgan catching it with her gloves of missile snaring. What else are you guys doing?
Well, that's about it. Green's going to scout ahead a bit to see if there's any monsters and tell us so we can fight them.
Oh, guys, I actually also had an idea that I thought might be like a fun bonding activity if you guys were into it.
Yeah, what?
Okay.
Well, I don't know if it's a thing in other cities, but in Gaimaris, there are like fighting pits. And I thought it would be Well, I just thought it would be really fun if we like joined as a team.
Hey, as a team, let's murder each other.
No one dies. No one dies. There's healers on hand, and the rule is no killing. It's all a bit of good, clean fun, and we could like bet on one another. We could even, test our skills against each other. I just thought it would be like a fun thing to do. But if you guys don't want to, it's fine.
So ready to beat someone up, it is mad.
I just thought it might not like now, but if we ever need to make money, or we just want to let off some steam, I thought it might be fun. Is that okay?
So you want us to hustle the fighting pits to make cash?
Let's fight for sport.
Well, it sounds so crass when you say it like that.
Well, everybody enjoys different things.
Good practice.
I think what we're learning here is perhaps the rest of us don't enjoy gratuitous violence, but that's okay.
I quite enjoy gratuitous violence as long as I'm not recipient of it.
How about next time, Toz, you could compete and we can bet on you because you'd win.
Aw, thanks. Yeah, I think that would be nice.
I can buff you sneakily.
I'm still not into this, but fine. If you want to beat up someone,
they also are interested in beating up people for money. It's not just me. It's just like a fun thing to do.
Speaking of fighting, I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on Toz.
Nice.
Okay. So that gives you 1d8 to initiative for the next 8 hours.
Oh, thank you. That is good because I'm always last in initiative.
Watch Ellie not give us any combat.
During this time, or well, obviously not the time we're talking, but like sort of on the way, Raina's going to begin kind of writing down an account of like everything that has happened and trying to get as many like details that she thinks might be relevant to whatever Bastet would end up researching, just so it's got it written down. Probably eventually we'll send it to Bastet, but yeah, that's what she's doing.
Cute. Very cute.
Okay.
I'm just doing some maths in the background.
That's not worrying at all.
Speaking of Gaimaris, Toz, I think I've completely lost track of your backstory. I've completely forgotten it. Care to enlighten me again while Webster does some maths?
Maths is done. Maths is done.
Tell me about Gaimaris. I've never been. So which of the families were you from? There's quite a few important families, isn't there?
Yes, well, I am from... Well, you take the name of who's currently head of the family, so your surname can kind of be changing all the time. It's my uncle, Arthur. He is the lord of force in our city, so he takes care of, the army, defense, stuff like that. And obviously he doesn't have any kids, so it's me and my brother next. Yeah, it's a nice city. I think I don't know if you've seen it. It moves.
I have not seen it, but I've heard about it.
You should probably fix the foundation in that city.
Toz gives Delphi a very discerning look, trying to figure out if she's making a joke.
It's deliberate. So wait, if you become... So, are you saying that you might become the Lord of Force, and then everyone would have to call themselves the Tosyadales?
Tosyadales.
Wow, that's quite cool.
It is quite cool. Yeah, so...
Anyway.
What about your family? You're a bit cagey about them. Not in a bad way.
They're mostly useless. Well, I say useless. Useful in the wrong ways. I've got 3 siblings, and that is too many.
Ooh, are you younger,
only one of them's
older?
worth it.
What's the birthing
What's
order?
the birthing order?
What do you think?
Oh, I think you are either the eldest or you are the youngest by, like, they didn't have kids for like a decade and then you happened. Is one of those two.
I am the youngest, although it's not quite that big of an age gap.
I mean, if your parents let you go into academics.
I just sort of did it.
Because it goes heir, spare, clergyman, soldier, scholar.
You joke, but my 3rd sibling is in fact a cleric.
Yeah. I know how these things work.
Yeah, Arthur's in the business. He's not particularly good at it. Then Ethel, she does...
Maybe he's a warlock.
She does politics, and then Diane, they are the cleric. And
I'm sorry, what is this warlock slander that just came out of nowhere?
Oh, I'm misunderstood and thought that Katie was talking about the cleric when they said he's not very good at the business.
Oh no, Arthur.
Of being a cleric is what I interpreted.
No, Diane's a cleric.
Wrong.
Arthur is a businessman.
It just sounded you were like,
I don't believe Arthur is a warlock.
To be fair, Tozia is like low-key anti-warlock.
I think Arthur would be greatly improved if he became a warlock. He couldn't possibly be any worse.
As you are kind of wrapping up this conversation, you sort of slow down to a halt as you realise you look up and you see that the mountains that have been kind of in the near distance only a few hours ago are now fast approaching, and ahead of you lies a mountain pass into a treacherous and hostile looking environment. Deck of Many Aces is Anne Chisholm, Chloe Elliott, Eiriol Evans, Katie McLeod, and me, Ellie Webster. Thanks to our patrons Piers Wilkinson and Nate Scott Jones for their continued support in making this podcast happen. If you love what we do here, then please consider leaving us a review and liking the podcast on whatever podcast listening platform you are listening to this on right now. And if you can't, then you can use our Podchaser page. That's podchaser.com/deckofmanyaces, where you can find us and leave us a review. We read all of them and we really, really appreciate it. You can also reach out to us on social media. That's at Deck of Many Aces on Twitter, Instagram, and now we are officially on Tumblr. That's right, tumblr.com/deckofmanyaces. We're also available by email at deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. If you love the music of the show, then you should check it out on all music streaming platforms of your choice. All of the music was made by Chloe Elliott. She is available for commissions if you want to reach out to her. It's at Chloe_with_the_flow on most social media. I am also a freelance creative, and if you would like to hire me for any kind of editing purposes for your podcast, please don't hesitate to reach out at Welsh_Webster on most socials. In terms of where else you can find us on the internet, we are in plenty of places. If you want many of us in one place, then the best place to go is Rendezvous with Destiny, which is it's not a Sky on Actual Play podcast anymore because they are doing bite marks. There you can find Am and Chloe, and you can start their new adventure. They're only a few episodes in, so it's really easy to catch up. You can also find Chloe streaming on Twitch at Chloe_with_the_flow. We'll also keep you updated on any other podcast projects we're doing as they develop. You've heard Chloe mention it earlier, but we have a Patreon now. That's right, patreon.com/deckofmanyaces. There are 4 different tiers that you can choose from, with plenty of behind-the-scenes content, the opportunity to get your name shouted out, name a PC, and more. So if you would love to support us, then you can support us on patreon.com/deckofmanyaces. If a monthly contribution is too much for you, we've also got the Acast supporter link, which is still live, supporter.acast.com/deckofmanyaces with dashes between the words. And that's where you can give us a one-off donation like a tip jar. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll be back with you in 2 weeks. Have an ace week. Bye!